run no broke, that broke get old. Ain't no can't me run no these get too bold. I'm allergic to that nose, my wrist game on cold. I might paint my coupe white just to match with my toes.
Hey yo, I put on my jewelry just to my off. Fingers on his boat, like I'm about to tell him cough.
All right. With no further delay, we about to get this thing started. I want y'all to go ahead and exercise for a minute, make some noise. If you're in the building representing school, if you from Living School, make some noise. Or if you from McMain, make some noise. Or McDonough 35, make some noise. Who else we got in the building? How about John F. Kennedy, make some noise. Booker T. Washington, make some noise. Frederick Douglass, make some noise. Where Warren Easton, make some noise. Sorry T. Reed, where you at, make some noise. What about Sophie B. Wright? Where's Sophie B. Wright? And they watching on the live as well. So big ups to Alice Hart. Where y'all, Alice Hart? Y'all make some noise. What about Eisenhower? Dwight Eisenhower, where you at? Inspire 42, make some noise. What about Pierre Capdeau? And last but not least, Kip Morial, make some noise. All right. Oh. Wait, is that school from the West Bank? Is that the one and only Edna Carr? I saved that for last. All right, we about to get this thing started. Who'd I leave? Oh, Wilson. Where's Wilson? Okay. Oh, and my alma mater, Xavier University. Where's Xavier University? XXXXXXU. All right, I got everybody in. It's definitely a different feel for me. I haven't been here in almost 2 years. Are y'all glad to be outside? I can't hear y'all. All right. You know, we've had to deal with so many things. Of course, the pandemic. Then we just had Hurricane Ida. School hasn't been the same. But today, we will have a discussion with some mothers of the movement about resiliency. Y'all know what resiliency means? Who knows what that means? Put your hand up if you know what resiliency means. Okay. Well, it's about fighting through adversity and problems and still standing strong. And who wants to do that? I can't hear you. Okay. I'm not gonna talk for too long. I didn't introduce myself, but I'm gonna do that before we get started. One of the Q93 boys. I'm Wild Wayne from Q93 and iHeartMedia, and also the voice of your New Orleans Pelicans. But we're gonna get started right here. A big shout out to Inspire NOLA for putting this together today. And we're gonna start with the Chief Academic Officer from Inspire NOLA Charter Schools. Please put your hands together for Dr. Wileen Saraparu.
Thank you, Mr. Wild Wayne. Good morning. Good morning. This morning, I want to personally welcome you to the Mothers of the Movement event. If you are not excited, and if you are not happy to be here, you should be. This morning is a very, very special event. After many, many months of COVID school closures, after many months of trying to make sure we were all together and safe, after trying to go through Hurricane Ida, we can step out and say we understand that we need to hear a message of hope and a light at the end of this tunnel. We are in here 500 strong, and over thousands across the city are live streaming so that they can listen and learn and understand not only challenges, and I'm talking about severe challenges that many of us have had to go through, such as death, or experiencing death of a loved one, all the way to understanding how you can be resilient and move through an obstacle that is that challenging. Yesterday, we greeted some educators, politicians, some of your parents were there. We went to McDonough 35, one of our legacy schools, and we sent them a message yesterday that we need them to get involved in transforming the lives of our youth. With much stronger conviction and passion and urgency than they have in the past, we sent them a message that we need them to be lifesavers. But as we come here today, we're talking to students, scholars, and to you the message remains the exact same. As you listen today as a youth, a future leader in the nation of our country, you have an obligation to not only listen, learn, but apply. I need you to make sure you understand your duty and obligation to make this community better and stronger than it is through your resiliency, unity, and love. Your job is to produce harmony and hope. This is the true movement. So today, students, it's all about you. Today we're going to hear from a few mothers, wonderful, great, humble mothers, of which there are far too many, more than the 3 that will be on the stage today, that lost their child to reckless and unnecessary violence. If we quiet ourselves for a moment and sit in this. Students, you know someone who are 14, 15, 16 years of age, 20 years of age. We're now seeing 3-year-olds who have lost their lives to unnecessary violence. This is not normal. I know it's happening often, so it's starting to be desensitized in our spirits, but it is not normal, and we need for that to change. It is not normal. We need to name that. We need to change that, and it is your job to do that. So today, you matter. You always will matter, and even more so in the time of challenge, adversary, controversy, tribulations, you matter even more so. So let's stop today, pause today, and think about what is your charge for the change, and how will you be a person that makes a difference. So once again, welcome to Mothers of the Movement, and I hope today is something that resonates with you, that you can go and transcend back to your families, to your younger brothers and sisters, and to the community around you. Thank you for Mr. McNeely, for Inspire NOLA, for Alliance for Diversity and Excellence for making this happen, and to our mothers, again, once again, thank you for your humble courage coming here today to serve us. Thank you, and have a wonderful morning. I'll pass it to the next.
Thank you, Dr. Wileen Saraparu. We have plenty on the platter for you today, and up next, we will have a musical selection from the choir director from Elaine McMain Charter School, Mr. Clyde Lawrence. Eleanor McMain.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the world thine hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. When Christ shall come with shouts of acclamation to take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I will bow in humble adoration and then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, because you are the source of my strength. Yes, you are. You are the strength of my life. I lift my hands in total praise to you. Amen. 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 Amen.
Give it up one more time for Mr. Clyde Lawrence, director of the Eleanor McMain Choir. Whew, that was awesome. Up next, we have the CEO of Inspire NOLA. Please give it up for Mr. Jamar McNeely.
Good morning. We're going to do it this way like we're in school, so I need everybody to help me out for a quick second, just to make sure we have the right mindset. So students, please help me out if you mind. Clap one time if you hear me. Clap 2 times if you feel me. Clap 3 times if you're ready to go. There's something that I need from you, and it's important that I say this. If you look at this room, you see who's in this room. You see students. You see students who are trying to change our society, our life. You see Xavier students who are at the Mecca when it comes to universities in New Orleans. It's important to understand that we need you. We need you each and every day to motivate your home, your community, and understand that we can get through this together. I guarantee you this, all of us as leaders, we're tired of going to student funerals. We're tired of bearing our own students every single year. We're tired of facing the tragedy that all of us face. So I need you. We love you. So we're not afraid to say that. It's also important to say today, I need for you to celebrate. Our students, you're going through COVID. You just went through Hurricane Ida. This is not normal. We're sitting in here with masks, with a celebration. But today is not just about you. It's about uplifting some very powerful, strong women who are doing this nationally for all of us. So when they walk to the stage, when they're here, don't just show these ladies just like, like one hand clap. You show them how powerful they are and how much we appreciate them and how much we love them. Because all of you have seen them on TV. All of you have said their kids' names. But you need to understand their pain in their heart. And they need love. They need for people to uplift them. Not because we want something from them, but because we generally care and we generally love them. I can tell you, they are some wonderful people that I can call friends. I hang with them, I talk to them, we talk on the telephone, we ate breakfast together, we was together last night. And they care about you even though they don't know you. So let's not treat these special ladies as average. Let's not treat them like we're not fortunate that they came to New Orleans in this moment, during this time, 2 weeks after a hurricane just to talk to us. Let's not treat them as if they're not fighting every single day on national TV. And I'm going to say it. Fight for them like we fight at rallies. Don't make the rally always the cry for how we want to fight. They're here in person. So when they come up to the microphone, I better hear cheer like never before because they're here to show you appreciation and love. If you are students and you love what they're about, show them love when they come to the microphone and talk. When our students come up to introduce these ladies, when our students come up to give a poem, when individuals are today just to show love and appreciation, we show each other love as black people. We show each other love as people. And hopefully when we live for tomorrow, our community is better. These ladies know when they go back in their community, they're fighting. When you see them on television, you understand that you had a very special moment that not a lot of people get often. And you understand that they're in New Orleans. They are at Xavier University in New Orleans. And they're talking to our public school students in New Orleans. So I close by saying we need you. I close by saying we love you. I close by saying we care about you. And this is not about a Warren Easton, a McMain, a 35, a Carr, 42, Alice Hart, Xavier. This is about us as people. So today, celebrate. Today, if a song come on and you want to dance, dance. When the speakers come up, if you want to clap, clap. Because we are all fighting together at this point in time for survival. Survival for our lives. Thank you.
Once again, give it up for Mr. McNeely, the CEO of Inspire NOLA. Now we're going to bring up one of the representatives from the Living School. Give it up. Y'all make some noise, Living School over there. All right. Coming to the stage, we have Miss Joy Alsanders. She's a junior at Living School. Give it up for her. Make some noise.
Hi. How y'all doing today? Y'all doing good? Hi. Once again, my name is Joy Alsanders. I am from the Living School right in that corner. Again, I'm an 11th grader, and this is my poem called Justice. Why is justice blind? Must she use the cane that brought bumps and bruises to my brothers and sisters in jail to read the braille of a battle not won? Will she turn her head away from the innocent and ignore the cries of the lost? Is she ignorant to those who discriminate? Will she not open her eyes to see the hatred in the world? The system that was supposed to protect me rejects me, for they don't want to see my color succeed. They don't want to hear my voice, for the truth I speak makes them weak. They don't want me to move, for each step I take makes them think they one step closer to death because of a battle over Miss Mary Jane. I am a daughter, a sister, a friend, a student. I am a person of this generation that can change this broken system. Because for those who will be ahead of me, depend on me. Justice will not be blind to me. Thank you.
Once again, give it up, keep it clapping for Miss Joy Alsanders from Living School. Definitely good stuff. Up next, representing from McDonough 35. Please give it up for Miss Kirsten Gilball.
Good morning, everyone. Gwendolyn Carr is the mother of Eric Garner. Eric Garner was violently murdered on camera by Staten Island police officers, sparking the I Can't Breathe movement. Gwendolyn Carr has emerged as a leading speaker, advocate, and community leader against racism and injustice in America.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, I thank you all for that magnificent welcome. I am so glad to be among you, such brilliant student. I can tell just by your energy that you are some brilliant people. Well, my name is Gwen Carr. I am the mother of Eric Garner. You all seen the video. You all seen him being murdered on national TV. But you know, it just hurted me so bad when it happened. And I just thought that I would take to my bed and just stay there until this awful nightmare was over. But you know what? It was never over. So, being that I am a praying person, I prayed to God to help me to bypass this. But you know what? I found out I can't bypass it. I had to go through it. And going through it with the help of the Lord and the help of some brilliant people, some people who helped me to get through this, I was able to turn my mourning into a movement and turn my sorrow into a strategy. And now I turned my bitterness into a battle for justice. So I don't just sit around and thrive on my sorrow. I get up. I go around and I talk to students like you and try to help you. I want to save someone. It's too late for my son, but it's not too late for you. It's not too late for other mothers and other mothers' children. And that's why I'm out here. Because we have to love each other. We have to love on each other. And not only do I come to the schools, I go everywhere. Any place that I think I'm needed, I go and I speak to the students. I speak to the young men. I try to tell them how to walk away safely from a police stop, an ordinary police stop. You know, sometimes they profile us. We're driving and they stop us for no reason. And this has to stop. And the only way we could stop it is that we come together. We have to come together to do this. And when I say come together, I mean everybody has a lane. Everybody does different things. Like me, I protest. I do different things. But some people say, oh, no, well, I'm not a person that protests. You know, I'm not like that, but you don't have to be. You could write letters. And just like this young lady who was just standing before us, she did a poem. That's beautiful. That reaches out to the people. And you as students, you are our future. And we are depending on you to make this world a better place for us to live in. This is the United States, and it was built on our backs. So no one has the reason to say that we shouldn't be here or we shouldn't have the same rights as others. And like me, I live in New York City, and I found out that we must all vote because voting changes things. Before my son's death, I used to vote, but sometimes I never paid politics too much attention. But after his death, I started finding out what politician did what, who could help me, who could bring something to the table for me. And instead of writing letters or sending emails or telephone calls, I go and I get right up in their face. And I tell them what I demand. You can't ask, you gotta demand what you want. And in New York, I was able to get some laws changed. I was able to sign on to some of the laws that has changed in New York. The Eric Garner anti-chokehold bill is now law in New York. And that was after 5 years of fighting. You can't think that you could just go one time and things are going to happen. It's not going to happen like that. I kept going back. I kept finding out who wasn't voting for the bill. And when the names that was on the list that wasn't voting in my favor, I would go to one of their meetings and I would get right up in their face and says, will you sign on to this bill, or why aren't you signing on to the bill? What's wrong? And when you face them, when you have a face-to-face conversation, it's more effective than just writing a letter. Because if they don't see your face, you are just like another phone call or another email. But it's hard for them to say no in your face, especially if it's something that's really important and that makes sense. So yes, I do go to rallies when there's a need to go to rallies, and people tell me rallies won't change anything. We know rallies don't change anything, but what rallies does, it gives awareness to the problem. And that's what we have to first do, bring about awareness that there is a problem. Because in America, they don't think that we have a problem. They think that we're just complaining. But if we all get together and show them, hey, there's a problem, they're murdering our children at enormous rates, someone has to pay attention. And this is what I'm out here to do, to make them pay attention to us. And even we have a 50A law in New York, and this is transparency with the police. When something happens to our children, we know why and what and who did it. A lot of times we don't even know who have murdered our children because they hide it. But I am against that, so this is why I stand. This is why I want you to stand with me, and I want you, everybody who's eligible to vote, please, please go out there and vote. And don't only vote in the national election. That's where everybody wants to go and vote, in the national election. Our local election is more important. Believe me, it is more important than that national election. You know why? Because those are the laws that affect us. Those politicians, they're in charge of the school boards, the judges. Everything that's in our area, they control because we voted them in. And if we vote them in and they're not doing their job, you tell them, I put you in and I could take you out. But I just think this is such a wonderful group. And I'm looking forward to you helping making this a better place. You are our future doctors, lawyers, politicians, our future president of the United States. So make us look good, and don't let your vote go past. There were millions of people who were out there who died for our vote, who suffered, who was kicked and beaten, don't shame their name. And I say again, thank you all for being here. It is so wonderful to come and visit this school and the facilitators of this program. Thank you all so much.
Give it up for Miss Gwendolyn Carr, our first representative of the Mothers of the Movement. Up next, we'll have a representative from Dillard University. We have Miss Nia Gates.
Aloha. All right, I have a little bit of a list, but so don't mind that. And this poem doesn't have a title, so if you have any ideas after, I'm all ears. The journey of life can be quite difficult, but here we are. We've all made it this far, so how about we go a little longer? I know we are all tired, but better days are coming if they aren't already here for some. Let's push through these battles life puts us through. As long as we come out kicking and together we shall prosper. And we are aware of the existence of the people who fought and marched and protested much longer and harder than we can even begin to imagine. And we thank you for your sacrifice. But don't worry, for we are rushing to your side, progressively expanding our minds and our opportunities. We follow not in their footsteps, but close behind to make sure that future generations know that we continuously evaluate the mistakes of our past and that we never stopped putting in the effort into molding a better world and future for us all. So let us move forward, because there is no behind. All of that lays within your mind. Let's fight for what's right and speak for the voices who have been silenced. We must move forward, for our existences are the only things that is going to put this world in shape, for the sake of the living, the dead, and the unborn. If we don't speak up for our justice, for our equality, for our economy, they will come quietly and swipe it away from us. We must stand strong and stand together. We have come so far, and we have so much further to go. But together, we will. Thank you.
Miss Nia Gates from Dillard University. Up next, we have another representative from McDonough 35. Please give it up for Miss Quinteria Watson.
Tamika Palmer is a mother, sister, and daughter from Michigan, currently residing in Louisville, Kentucky. Palmer was thrust into the national spotlight after her daughter, Breonna Taylor, was untimely murdered by Louisville Metro Police Department during the execution of an awful search in the middle of the night. Palmer has continued to fight for justice on the behalf of her daughter by fighting for the police officer who responsible for Breonna Taylor's death to be criminally charged. Determined to ensure that the death of Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician, is not in vain, Palmer pushes for legislative police reforms throughout the United States. Thank you.
How y'all doing? Y'all look good. Thank you. First, I just want to say thank you for having us here. Thank you to the other mothers. It's been a struggle, and to not have them, I don't know where I'd be at. 560 days ago, LMPD kicked in Brianna's door and murdered her. And before that, I just, I was living my everyday life, being my everyday self, not even thinking that that would be a worry of mine ever. To have that happen to her and to have to fight is insane. Somebody broke the law, that they murdered her. Had I did that to somebody, I'd be sitting in a jail. So these police officers murdered her and nobody's been held accountable. To fight for 560 days is insane. To live in a world that you would have to fight that hard for somebody to do the right thing and simply give her justice is insane to me. I think it's crazy when people say, you're so strong or you're resilient or whatever. For me, I simply get up. I get up and do the only thing I've ever known how to do is fight for Brianna. And so to be up here to have to talk to people, to have to be a part of any of this is unreal to me. I would never wish it on anybody. I do it, though, because it's so many mothers who don't get the opportunity to be up here to tell their kids' story or to stand up for their kids. It's swept under the rug. They don't get this platform or any of that. So I do it for that reason. I do it because I have another daughter I'm still raising, so I do it for the Briannas to come. I just never in a million years thought that would be what I needed to do or knew my place in that. I always knew stuff was happening in the world and that I had a part of it. I needed to say something or do something. So we do these small things. We share these posts. We say people's name, but never in a million years did I know the inside of that, to know that people are angry because you're saying your child's name or angry because you want justice or you're fighting this corrupt system is unreal. But I'm grateful for a lot of people. I'm grateful for my friends and my family and mothers to have held me up, because there's plenty of days I don't want to get up. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to have to say Brianna's name even, because to continue to say her name is heartbreaking for me. But it's people like you all who, those days when I'm in the bed, are still saying her name, are still uplifting her and trying to tell her story or fight for justice. So I'm so grateful to you all for that. And I'm still trying to find my place in all this. I'm still trying to learn who I am now and what I'm supposed to do next. But I'm here, and I'll continue to show up, and I'll continue to be forever grateful to you all and to the other mothers. And I just want to thank you all for that. So thank you.
Give it up for Miss Tamika Palmer. Now, I'm going to go to our final mother of the movement. And we'll have our representative from McDonough 35 come up to introduce our next speaker.
Sabrina Fulton, mother of Trayvon Martin and Javaris Fulton, activist, mother of the movement, author, and founder of the Trayvon Martin Foundation. Sabrina Fulton is fully committed to transforming family tragedy into social change. Ms. Fulton lends her voice to speak against violence towards children and the need to build better, safer communities for all. Thank you.
Yes, we need to be lifted up. We need to be motivated. Y'all clap it up for yourselves. morning. How's everybody doing? I'm going to start off by saying, never to give up. Never give up. That's what I have to tell myself every day. And I want to leave that message. I'm going to start off and I'm going to end with never give up. So when I talk to myself, I'm talking to you all as well. When you look in the mirror, when I look in the mirror, I'm telling myself never to give up. Because if you look at what's going on now on any given day, somebody is being murdered. Somebody is being shot and killed. There's a terrible accident. Somebody overdosed on drugs. Somebody died from the coronavirus. What else out there? It's so much going on. And if you get caught up on what the news is telling you right now today, you can lose it real easy. But I stopped by here all the way from Miami. I took my private jet from, I rode Southwest. But I could dream, right? I came here from Miami because I'm here to leave you a message. I'm here to inspire you, and you're here to inspire me. Can we do that? So let me tell y'all just for a moment about my son, Trayvon Martin. And hopefully I can tell you something that you don't know about him, because the news think they know about him, and they never met him. My son was 17 years old. He was unarmed. He was a mama's boy. He loved his family. He loved to eat junk food, like many of you. He loved video games. He loved all kind of sports. And he loved a hoodie. How many of you wear hoodies? Y'all look around. Y'all don't look suspicious to me. But my son looked suspicious to someone who had evil intent in their mind. So don't think because you wear a hoodie or you have dreadlocks or your hair is colored or you got gold teeth or tattoos or whatever the case may be that you look suspicious. It's not always about you. It's about the person that's holding the gun. So remember that. Remember, it's not all about what you look like. A lot of these people who tell you, oh, this looks suspicious, oh, I felt threatened, don't believe that. That's what the media wants you to believe. That's what white America wants you to believe. And it's simply not true. I believe in the truth. Y'all want the truth? Trayvon was 17. He was unarmed. He was shot and killed by a 28-year-old grown man. They said don't cuss. But y'all know what the A means. He chased my son. He profiled my son. And he shot and killed my son. And I'm here to tell you today that even though I've been through a lot, I'm still standing. I'm still strong. So we gotta motivate one another. We can't think that that's the end of the story. We can't think that this tragedy happened and I need to take my life. Because I'm seeing that a lot too. A lot of teen suicide. A lot of young people committing suicide. It's unnecessary. Don't take your life. Your life matters. Your life is very valuable. And when you look in the mirror, you encourage yourself and you tell yourself, I matter. I'm important. And you have to believe it. You have to believe it. You have to keep telling yourself that until you do believe it. Because I'm going to share a story with you. When my son was first shot and killed, I thought I would never smile. I thought I would never be happy again. That's what I thought. I had a purple bedroom, and in that purple bedroom, I would be on the floor, and I would just cry. I wouldn't comb my hair, I wouldn't brush my teeth, I wouldn't take a shower. I was giving up on life. But that's not who I really was. But that's the dark street that I was on at that time. And these ladies back here can understand what I'm saying, because they've been there. Where you don't want to do anything, you don't want to smile, you don't want to see your family, your friends, you don't want to shop, you don't want to do any of the things that you used to do. But I stand before you today to tell you, you can overcome almost anything. If you can lose a child such as we have, that we have carried in our body for 9 months. My son heard my heartbeat. My heartbeat was his heartbeat. And they have the nerve to be talking about abortions right now. I can't even express what I want to say. But my son lived inside me for 9 months. And he's gone. And I'm never going to tell you that I overcame that, because I'm not overcoming it. But I'm moving on to my next chapter. And currently, right now, I'm writing a book about my life and what happened in my chapter 5, where I lost my son, Trayvon Martin. But what did I do in chapters 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12? That's what's important. That's why I stand before you today, and I could tell you if I did it, anybody could do it. And I'm here today to encourage you to know that whatever you're going through, you can make it. You can do it. Just don't turn to anything negative. You don't need alcohol all the time. You don't need drugs all the time. Men, you don't need women all the time. Women, you don't need men all the time. You don't need to turn to something that's going to make it bad for your life. You want to have a good life. You make sure that things in your life are valuable and important, and you want to be the leader, not the follower. You want to be the lender and not the borrower. You want to be the strong person and not the weak person. You have to convince yourself of those things. Because guess what? When the cameras were gone and all my friends and family went home, it was just me and God. And I ain't going to tell you I'm the church lady, but I believe in God. Because I know that's who brought me from where I was in that dark space. And you have to know that. You have to believe that. You have to motivate yourself, self-motivation. You have to stay focused. And I'm going to leave you with this last thing. When I do a circle of mothers every year for my moms who have lost a child through senseless gun violence or whatever the case may be, however they lost their child. And I always tell them this every year because I believe in it. I believe that I am the conductor of my life train. I'm the conductor. I decide if I stop, if I go fast, if I go slow, if I let people on, if I let people get off. And I'm just going to keep moving because this is my train. Don't let anybody try to steer your train. You are the conductor of your life. You are the conductor of your train. You have to stay focused. And let me show you what happens when you take the focus off of moving forward. So here's a distraction right here. So it took my focus off of where I need to be going. I want you all to stay focused. Everybody have an agenda. What's your agenda? What's your goal? What achievement you're trying to make? Set your mind to it and stay focused on whatever that is. It could be graduating from high school. It could be graduating from college. It could be getting a higher education. It could be getting a better job, buying a house, buying a car, buying property, going on vacation. Whatever your goal is, set that goal. Write it down. Write it down. And convince yourself that it's going to happen. Regardless, it's going to happen. And believe in yourself. I take time out for self-care. I have to do things that make me happy. I can't always talk about my son who was 17 that was shot and killed. I can't always talk about that. But when I go different places, people see me and they always want to talk about it. It changes my mood sometimes. Sometimes I'm able to talk about it, sometimes I'm not. So when I'm not able to talk about it, I stay home. Yeah, I do. I stay home. So everybody, I want you to think about something in your mind. Think about something right now. Y'all thinking? Just nod your head so I know y'all thinking. No, some of y'all not thinking. Nod your head so I know y'all thinking. Yes, think about something, a goal that you have that you want to do. Something that you want to achieve. Think about that thing. Meditate on it. Pray on it. And then do it. Okay? So I started off by saying, okay, I thought y'all forgot. Never give up. I started off with that, and I'm going to end with never give up. Peace, love, prosperity, and live your best life. Thank you.
Y'all make some noise for all our mothers of the movement. Miss Sabrina Fulton, Miss Tamika Palmer, and Miss Gwendolyn Carr. Give it up. A little bit. We need all our schools to stay seated, but it was a lot of love up here on this stage, so I'm glad you were able to give it right back. All the things that they've been through, sharing with you guys, so it'll be on your mind and your spirit during your travels. I want to give a big round of applause to Xavier University, no doubt, for having us today. And a huge shout out as well to the entire staff and team from Inspire NOLA. Give it up for them as well. I'm going to do a roll call again because I want to find out who's in the building one more time. But I'm going to get everybody in. I'm going to start with Edna Carr this time. Give it up for Edna Carr one more time. Give it up for yourself. Yeah. And also, Eleanor McMahon. Give it up. Give it up. McDonough 35. Alice Hart. Where you at, Alice Hart? Dwight Eisenhower. All right, Andrew Wilson, where you at? Make some noise. And Inspire 42. Pierre Capdo. Kip Morial. JFK, John F. Kennedy. Booker T, where you at, Booker T? Frederick Douglass. Warren Easton. The Living School. Give it up for the Living School. And Siren T. Reed. And shout out to all the students that are watching via the live stream from Sophie B. Wright as well. All right, we're going to be dismissing in a minute. Big shout out to DJ Ram on the ones and twos, my man. And I am Wild Wayne from Q93. Thank you very much. I got some other folks that I need to put on the map. Some of our partners for today, Congressman Troy Carter, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, the Alliance for Diversity and Excellence, Inspire NOLA Charter Schools, KIPP New Orleans Schools, Warren Easton Charter Schools, Einstein, Elan Academy, Sophie B. Wright High School, NOLA Public Schools, District Attorney Jason Williams, State Senator Jimmy Harris, State Senator Joseph Bowie and Gary Carter, also State Representative Royce Duplessis, Jason Hughes, and Matthew Willard, Clerk Darren Lombard, Constable Edwin Shorty, Orleans Parish School Board member Olin Parker, Attorney Freddie King, also Attorney Sean Blondell, Ms. Delisha Boyd, Kim DeLosa, A Solid Photography, We Dat Chicken and Shrimp, Blucid Floral, Infinity and Title, Champagne Executive Transport, Son of a Saint, CMP Consultant, K. Allen Consulting, and the Dookie Chase Restaurant. And we're done. Hey, y'all.